You're going to think I'm a terrible person after this, and maybe I am, but I can't keep carrying it like a secret weight anymore. So, here it is. My confession. I'm 29 years old. I've always been the type of person who blends into the background. The dependable coworker, the friend who remembers birthdays, the one who doesn't make waves. People like me because I'm safe. I don't cause trouble. But what people don't know is that 2 years ago, I made a choice that destroyed someone's life. And the worst part? I'm not sure if I'd even change it. It all started with my best friend. Let's call her Maya. We'd been inseparable since middle school. Sleepovers, first crushes, heartbreaks. She was like my sister. Then she met Daniel, and everything shifted. Daniel wasn't just any guy. He was charming in that dangerous way, the kind where you know you should keep your guard up, but you don't. He had this smile that made you feel like you were the only person in the room. When Maya introduced me to him, I swear my stomach flipped. I told myself it was nothing, just nerves, just me being protective. But the more time we spent together, movie nights, double dates, vacations, the more I realized I was falling for him, my best friend's boyfriend. I hated myself for it. I tried to pull back, but Maya insisted I stay close. You're part of us, she said, and Daniel. He didn't make it easy. The way he looked at me sometimes, too long, too soft. The inside jokes that felt like ours, not theirs. One night after too many drinks, he walked me home. We stopped outside my apartment and he said, "You know, if things were different." He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. That night I lay awake for hours, replaying those words, imagining a version of my life where he chose me instead of her. It didn't happen right away, but it happened. One night, Maya was out of town visiting her parents, and Daniel just stopped by to drop something off. One thing led to another, and before I knew it, we were kissing. Then more than kissing. I could give you a million excuses. That I was lonely, that he made the first move, that I didn't know how to stop it. But the truth is, I wanted it. I let it happen. And then it kept happening. Weeks turned into months. We became experts at sneaking around, coffee errands that lasted too long, late-night texts under fake names, pretending everything was normal when Maya was right there between us. I told myself it was temporary, that he'd break up with her eventually, that somehow, in some twisted way, this would all make sense in the end. But deep down, I knew I was lying to myself. Maya started planning a future with him, talking about apartments, marriage, kids. She was glowing with happiness, and every word out of her mouth felt like a knife in my chest. Then, one night, Daniel told me he was going to propose. I felt the room spin. I laughed at first, thinking he was joking, but he wasn't. He had the ring, he had the speech, he had the plan. And in that moment, something inside me snapped. I couldn't let it happen. I couldn't let him stand in front of her and promise forever when he'd been in my bed just 2 nights before. So I did the unforgivable. I told her. Not everything, not the full messy truth. I told her just enough. That Daniel had kissed me. That it wasn't a one-time thing. That she deserved better. I left out the months of lying, the nights together, the promises whispered in the dark. She broke up with him the next day. Maya cried for weeks. She cut him out of her life completely. She thanked me for being honest with her, for saving her from marrying the wrong guy. But she doesn't know the full truth. To this day, she thinks it was just a slip-up, a mistake. One kiss, not an affair. Daniel tried to call me, text me, beg me to tell her everything. He said if he was going down, I was going with him. But I blocked him. I shut it all down. Maya moved on. She's dating someone new now. She looks happy again. And me? I'm still here, carrying the weight of the secret that I betrayed both of them. Here's the part that makes me sick. Sometimes I don't regret it. I regret hurting her, yes. I regret the guilt, the lies, the way it changed me. But part of me is glad I did it. Glad I destroyed something that was never mine to begin with. Glad I made sure he couldn't have both of us. Because isn't that what he wanted? To have her heart and my body without ever having to choose? Sometimes I convince myself I did it to protect her, that I told her because she deserved to know the truth. But if I'm really honest, I think I told her because I couldn't stand losing. If you've made it this far, I really want to know. What would you have done? Would you have kept the secret, or would you have blown it all up like I did? Maya still calls me her best friend. She still believes I saved her. She has no idea I was the one who betrayed her the most. And sometimes when she looks at me with gratitude in her eyes, I feel like the worst person alive. But other times, I wonder if maybe I'm not. Because at least I told her something. At least I didn't let her walk down that aisle blind. So, yeah, you're going to think I'm a terrible person after this. And maybe I am. But at least I'm not a liar anymore.